Hi all, I'm reviewing another Proclamation derivative, single hop pale ale. This is the one with Vic Secret hops. I think this is the newest of the derivative series, and I think now I've had every single one, except I don't know if I've done a review. Well, I think I've done a review of all of them at this point. So it's 6%, just like all of them. And I really like this one because Vic's Secret seems to be like a pretty especially resinous, bitter seeming green hop, and I think it works to balance out the really candy-like soft sweet base for the derivative series. So Vic's Secret is from Australia. It's very similar to Galaxy, just a little bit more on the resinous spicy side, I think. But has a lot of those similar tropical, but sort of unripe tropical fruit flavors. But because of their really expressive yeast that brings out a lot of creamy vanilla, really ripe tropical candy type qualities, this will be really interesting to try. I guess I've had it before, but I haven't done a review, and thought it deserved a closer look. So it looks just like all the other derivatives do these days. Very, very, very pale, with perfect haze. I don't even remember if there are any chunks on the bottom of these cans. And yeah, I don't know the exact canning date of this, but I think it's around 2 weeks old. Looks really nice. The head's pretty darn good looking too. Some fine creamy bubbles with some soapy ones intermixed. And that is basically opaque. And I can smell it. Yeah, it has those really sugary pineapple, like candied pineapple, like sugared pineapple. And yeah, it has a big ambrosia salad thing. It actually smells like marshmallows, coconut, vanilla, pineapple, but with a little bit of a minty, eucalyptusy, like fresh green quality. It isn't toothpastey, and it doesn't get in the way of the fruitiness, but it seems like it's there to give a little bit of a bite. Yeah, I can smell that Australian quality that just always comes across as eucalyptus to me in there, but it's really kind of beneath all of the fruit character, whereas a lot of times with beers made with Vic's Secret and Galaxy, it seems like the green quality is out front and they're really bitter and spicy. But I think it works really well with their yeast. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, I'd say it actually probably has no more bitterness than all the other derivatives. But the flavors are just a little less pure candy and fruit. Like the Citra one is like, whoa, it just almost seems like you're drinking an orange Julius or something with cream in it. But there's vanilla flavors. There's all the stuff in the nose comes through in the taste. But the body is a little bit lighter at 6%, so it's not going to have that thick milkshakey type thing you get from some of these really hazy IPAs, but you also don't get much of that throat burn or that too much powdery, chalky qualities from this one. It accomplishes a lot, has a lot of awesome fruity flavors. There's just a little bit of greenness in there, and packs it into, it's a 6% beer that I would agree with them calling it a pale ale. It doesn't have the bitterness and intensity and body and strength to really be an IPA, though there are so many beers that look like this but are like up near 7%, pretty bitter. They're calling pale ales like Pseudo Sue and Fort Point, but this one I agree with the description as a pale ale. And this is definitely a great beer to give to people who are like, I don't really like hops, but they like, wheat beers that are really, really fruity, or they're like tropical fruit mixed drinks. I don't know how you couldn't like this beer if you like those ones, because there's just not much hop bitterness at all. Yeah, it has a green character that almost reminds me of like mojito-y. It's like this limey, minty quality that's really tasty, but it's not, as I said, toothpastey. It's not too much of a bitter mint finish like I get from just about every night shift beer, especially their one hop this time. So somehow all their single hop beers are really similar too, but it's in the terms of their bitterness. With the Proclamation derivative single hop beers, I can tell that it's the yeast and the malt character that are the same, but then there's always a slightly different flavoring coming from the hop. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope they keep doing these and expanding with more spicier, like Southern Hemisphere hops that seem to kind of give a little bit more bitterness. Actually, I'd really be interested to try a derivative with Centennial, because Centennial's your classic citrusy, piney, really bitter American hop. I wonder how that would pair with their really sweet candy flavored yeast that really pushes the tropical flavors out of the hops. I wonder what that would do with Centennial, because I'm kind of enjoying when they throw Centennial into these hazy IPAs, because it kind of makes it a little bit drier, a little bit more refreshing. Because this one, I don't know if this is what you're going to want. If you want something that's really refreshing, it does finish kind of dry and doesn't have too much of a body, but it's pretty sweet and full of sweet flavors, but still a really nice beer. I give it at least a 4. It depends on my moods. I was going crazy for the other derivatives last couple months when I first was able to get them, like 2 years. But now I'm like, I want a little bit more of a dry IPA, but I do love the finish. It's still pretty clean for me, at least for my tastes. I love the yeast. I just wish it were a teeny bit drier or something. I don't know if that means I wish they would use a little bit more bittering hops, or if I wish they would ferment it a little bit drier so it'd be stronger. It wouldn't have as many unfermented sugars, but it's a fantastic beer, and I recommend trying any of the derivatives. They're some of the best quality, and now not so hard to get straight up New England style pale ales around. So 4 plus, maybe 4.25. I guess probably 4.25 is what I should do. It's just this week I'm not going crazy for this kind of sweeter style. That's it. Bye.